Hi, Linda Sessions here, and welcome to the Personal Finance class, Business 130. And this is a video to kind of go over the class, and I apologize I didn't get this out sooner for you, but hey, I am here now, so let's get going and let's look at this class, Personal Finance. When you get into the class, it's going to look a little different than this. This is the instructor view. I don't have access to the full student view. But you've got a getting started checklist, things you need to look at. There's a welcome, tips for success, and here's the course syllabus, which lists everything that we'll be doing in the class. Then moving on down here, here's the information on the spending diary assignment. Now this assignment is going to take you 4 weeks to do because I want you to track your spending for 4 weeks. And I'm going to be doing this right along with you, all right? I'm going to be tracking my own spending for 4 weeks as well and looking at it, looking at where I've been spending my money, exactly what I'm asking you to do for this class. The information is here in this folder. Now, in Module 1, here's an overview. Here's the list of your assignments. This video will be posted right up here when I get finished with it. And then here's your reading assignments. Now, this really looks like a lot of reading assignments. Okay? That's because the appendix are in here as well. What I want you to do is at least click on the links and look over that information. Review that information. What does it mean when it says the time value of money? Any thoughts? Personal Finance Basics and the Time Value of Money. When you click on that, you're going to be launch assignment. There are no points for reading, but this is the only way that I can put it in there for you in the textbook. So right here, you're going to analyze and make the money, or how do you do the money? Not make the money, that's your job, right? But how are you going to make your financial decisions? So it's going to be talking about what can you do in your life? How do you start? I want you to review all of these. And when you're ready to go to the next page, you're going to click right up here. And it's going to go next to the next page. What I want you to do is just at least glance through these. Pay attention to spending, saving, sharing. The financial process. Before you can do anything with your finances, the first thing you got to do, like it says right here, figure out where you're at right now. You need to think about where you want to go. You want to buy a car? You want to buy a house? You want to pay for your schooling? What are your future plans? Identify how you're going to get there. Are you going to get a job? Do you have a job? Then you're going to evaluate the alternatives. You're going to consider your situation and where you're at right now, and you're going to assess the risk and the opportunities that you have. Then you're going to create and implement your financial plan, and then you're always reviewing and revising the financial plan. So with that spending diary assignment for this 4 weeks, you're going to be determining your current financial situation. You're going to see, where is it that you spend your money? Where does it go? Does it go where you think it's going? Or what I found out when I did this before, I was spending a heck of a lot of money at McDonald's every morning, eating breakfast. I don't do that anymore. One, I use the McDonald's app. I got a free breakfast sandwich this morning. But sitting it down, writing it down, when you have to write down everything that you spend, it makes you start thinking about, where am I spending this? Why am I spending this? So that's the the process for this whole class. Where you're at, where do you want to go? So what I want you to do when you're looking at the textbook is look at go through this, identify, the chapters are really well written, they're short, they're to the point. Here's some risk. You've got inflation risk. Now there's a lot of talk going right now. Are we going into recession? Are we not going into recession? Food prices are getting more expensive. The cost of eggs is getting more expensive. You've got to think about that. You've got to think about, how far am I going to drive to and from work? Do I want to take a job that's going to cause me to drive 30 miles one way and back or not? You know, the interest rate, income risk, personal risk, liquidity risk. How quickly can you get your money? Okay, so there are some savings and some investments that are going to give you a higher return than just a regular savings account. But usually when you do that, one, you have to put in a pretty large sum of money in, but you're also telling the bank or the credit union, I'm not going to draw anything out for a specified period of time without penalty. So you can't put it in there and then, oh, I need that in 6 weeks, because you're without a penalty being assigned to you. So liquidity means how fast can you get it? Okay. If you have a lot of antiques in your house that are worth a lot of money, hey, that's great. But how quickly can you sell them if you need a large sum of money? As opposed to, how much money do you have in your checking account that you can get right now? That's more liquid. Okay, so what is the risk? There's lots of information sources you can go to, lots of information just in this textbook. So you're going to read through this. We go back to the chapter, back to the module, and then in this appendix, it's going to give you a little more information on the time value of money. So I'm not going to go through each one of these right now because that's going to make this video way too long. But look through these. Career planning. How much is your career going to pay you? If you want to, there's different places you can go. There's the Occupational Outlook Handbook online that will tell you how much is the starting salary and the median salary for all different types of careers. So you can look and you can see, how much can I expect to make at this job? One thing you need to take into consideration is when you first graduate from college or graduate from high school, you're not going to make the highest wage for that career field. You're going to start out at the beginning wage, and then you're going to work your way up. But where is that at? You're going to need to think about how much that career is going to pay. How much is it going to cost you to get into the door of that career? Is it going to take additional training every year? Like if you're thinking about becoming a CPA, a certified public accountant, you have to maintain your licensing. So that's going to cost you money to stay in that field. You're going to have to stay up with your education. If you're getting into cybersecurity, you're going to have to be able to keep up with learning, right? Chapter 2 appendix is all on resumes, cover letters, and interviews. And then Chapter 3 is talking about money management and financial statements and budgeting. How important is budgeting? I budget every week. How good am I at staying in my budget? Yeah. Some weeks are better than others. But I do try to budget now for McDonald's. I budget McDonald's because I know I'm going to go there. I have a limited amount of funds that I put aside each week to go to McDonald's. And that works for me. What works for you with your budget? So right here, this beginner's guide to building wealth, this is purely, if you want to look at this, it's just another tool to help you understand how to build your wealth. Now, if you're young, hey, take advantage of all this information. If you're more seasoned, like I am, hey, you can start anywhere and start saving your money and start with a budget and start getting your financial affairs in order. It's just going to take you a little longer because you have a shorter span of time because of your age, right? But you can still do it. So there are videos here also to help you understand the concepts covered in those 3 chapters. Those are completely up to you if you want to watch them or not. And then right here is the assignments. Now the spending diary. It's not due until, get my cat moved here. Let's see. May 5th. Okay. So, but you want to start budgeting and tracking your money by April 6th. You can't start any later than that. The sooner you start it, the better it'll be. So here I put the spending diary instructions, easy for me to say, right here in module 1 as well for you. There we go. Again, this is a quote straight from a student. I first thought this process would be a waste of time, but the information has helped me become much more careful of how I spend my money. If you don't track it, you don't know where you've spent it. Okay. So it's due no later than May 5th. You can turn it earlier if you can get it. I will not accept it late. So if it's not in by May 5th, you're going to get a 0 on it, and it's worth 300 points. So you need to get it turned in. What you're going to do, 4 consecutive weeks, track your daily spending. And each week, there's going to be a little blurb in there. Hey, did you track your spending this week? There's no assignments for it, but it's just kind of like a reminder. Did you do this? Once you have it all tracked, you're going to answer these questions here under number 4. I want you to write a 3-page essay. I don't want it any longer than 3 pages. And you can use MLA or APA formatting. I'm not going to be a real stickler on it, but I'm going to look mostly at the content. I'm going to look at the spelling. I'm going to look at the grammar. I'm definitely going to be looking at the content. But if it's really bad in the formatting or the spelling or the grammar, you're going to lose points. You're going to develop a budget based on the changes that you want to make as a result of what you learned from your spending diary. You can use an Excel spreadsheet if you want to do that, or you can use any other template that you would like. So what do I want you to address in the essay? What did it reveal about you? What did you learn about yourself? What do you think you need to change? As I said, for me, it was McDonald's. What information from your daily spending diary might encourage you to use your money differently? Read through these questions, and that's what you're going to write and answer on that 3-page essay. So there's a lot of information here. It's going to be real easy to fill up 3 pages, guys. And then the summary question that must be included and must be at least 4 sentences. Reflecting on your daily spending habits, what are some of the changes, big or small, that you plan to make? How are you going to keep yourself from reverting back to old habits? Now for me, one of the things that I did for my McDonald's is I actually had me an envelope that I put my money in for breakfast and lunch, and I had a little envelope, another little pouch that I put that in my purse, and I got cash out for that. And if I didn't have cash to pay for my breakfast or my lunch, then I needed to take it or eat it home. If I had money left over at the end of the week, great, I could carry it forward. But I did the cash envelope system. And that's what really helped me really think about. I mean, there's something about, ooh, do I want to hand over that $10 bill? And you really think about it other than just handing over a plastic card where you don't see the money exchange. So, that is a spending diary assignment. That information is in here. Again, it's also up there on its own, up above the module. You've got a syllabus quiz. That syllabus quiz is due Saturday, the 29th. Yeah, Saturday. Introductions. Wow, I just got to looking at this. Monday. Introductions and the discussion boards are all due on Monday. And the discussion boards, like Chapter 1 discussion board, is what financial strategies should you develop as a result of studying personal financing. So I want you to look through Chapter 1 and then post your answer, and then I want you to respond to somebody. So the sooner you read through this and then post, then your classmates can also respond to you. And then there is a question over Chapter 2.
Someone was detected at your ring.
What factors should you think about before changing your jobs or career fields? Are you going to think about how it makes you feel or what? And then Chapter 3, what factors can contribute to unsuccessful budgeting? How can you avoid them? Now, you're going to need to read through the chapter or review it before you can answer that question. So read through those. Then you also have a module quiz. That quiz is over Chapters 1, 2, and 3. And let's see. When you click on that to launch it, it lets you know that, oh, that's going into my teacher's view. I told you. Okay. You've got the quiz right here, and the quiz is worth 25 points. Okay, so make sure you take that quiz, and that quiz is over Chapters 1, 2, and 3. So there's a lot of information in here in the module, but these are the assignments right down here. So make sure you watch your due dates and get your information entered in. Reach out if you have any questions. I am here. I want you to be successful, and I want you to have a great week. All right? I'll talk to you later. Bye.